Should I hit John Cena's music?
I used to do John Cena's entrance at my old store. So I'd like burst through the doors. I'd like fucking roll out the towel, and fucking run through like more doors and pretend like I was rolling into the ring.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg. I'm being joined by everyone's favorite sexy grandpa. That's Old Man Flex over there.
It's I love these intimate episodes.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't know what I'm saying, it's just Greg and myself.
It is. It's
Shit's
me,
gonna
it's
get
Flex, some short shorts.
Real sexy like.
It's going to get so sexy. I can't wait. I've lit candles. We got candles going on over here.
And you know what? In early, hi Vanessa.
Oh, yeah.
Because we missed that last week.
We did. We were distracted by our shiny new toy, a.k.a. our new fun guest, Brandon.
What a great guy.
That was a lot of fun. Yes. Great guy. Very knowledgeable.
A double hello to Vanessa.
Yeah. 2 hellos. In fact, you know what? We'll make it 3. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oh, and in honor of...
We had to do it.
Yeah, we did. You know, I don't think I've done a creepy one before. Hey, Vanessa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a voice.
Yeah. And in honor of St. Patrick's Day being this week, top of the morning to you, Vanessa. We've lost all listeners by this point. Thanks for hanging out with us. Follow us on the socials. Flex Me Beer underscores in between. Craft Me Beer, no underscores. 805-538 Beer 2337. That is the number to call. We have so much fun shit to get to tonight. We are drinking the same beer. I love when we drink the same beer. It's a lot of fun. It's great.
I love getting like different perspectives, right?
Yeah, and it's just fun to share a beer with my real sexy beefed up homie over there.
Oh my gosh, samesies.
Yeah, well, mine is the beefed up part, but yeah. And then we got Ludicrous Libation Law, some booze news to talk about. BrewDog is back in the news, and they are not fitting the algorithm. I know those fuckers. I'm gonna go hang out with Budweiser.
Like if there was ever a dog that needed to get put to sleep, it'd be BrewDog.
True that. I love your style. All right, we are way too sober over here. Let's get to drinking. We need a remix where it's like the I love my beer, what is Flex drinking song.
Well, yeah, my favorite part about this is it's just us and we're still dancing like complete idiots.
Yeah.
And no one else can see it.
Yeah.
It's just us.
Oh, man. It's a good thing, too. Thanks to the homie Bryan over at Titletown Brewing, Flex and I are both drinking Titletown Brewing's Blizzard Bay Cold IPA.
What did you just say?
They mean IPL? Made with all-American Pilsner malt, rice, Southern Hemisphere hops, and lager yeast. We're cleaning up the IPA for a light-bodied, easy-drinking beer that showcases the tropical notes of these Southern Hemisphere hops. Add a little sunshine to your day. This is 5.9%, has 69 IBUs, and a 3.61 on Untapped at a 97 ratings at this point. This is a new beer. They just dropped it a few weeks ago. I was one of the first to get it when Bryan sent it out. So thanks to Bryan. We got a voicemail from Bryan, so we'll get to that in a couple of few. But,
yeah, big cheers to Bryan on this one.
Yeah, but first the beer on the old Schnazaroony Dooney.
I'm getting like unripe, like cantaloupe that is just ripening.
Yeah, some of that melony, some of that floral. It definitely smells like they've used some Southern Hemisphere hops. Maybe like a hint of like white grape.
Yeah, like a hint, like melony, floral, white grape.
Mm-hmm.
That's like perfect on the dot.
Yeah. Do you think we could warm up the tongue jobber together?
Should we count it down?
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Dumbest thing we've ever done.
Now we've lost everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
All right, so we'll dive in here.
I'd say the taste very closely follows the schnoz. You know, get a little bit of that melony, get that floral. I actually get a little more white grape out of the flavor than I do the smell.
Okay, and see, I was thinking, because we've had this open for a little bit now, we've been tasting a little bit. As it warmed up, right out of the can, it was a lot more florally than expected.
Yes.
As it warmed up, you're right, that melony flavor definitely comes through a little bit more. I might be having an issue finding that white grape. I gotta.
Maybe it's just me. Hey, I had COVID like a month ago, so
dive in real quick one more time.
COVID's fresh. Maybe my tongue's not 100% yet, but
hey, your tongue looks great.
Works great.
I get what you mean with that white grape, where it's like, have you ever had like a good green white grape? It's sour, right?
Yeah, like a hint of tartness.
Yeah, it's like you get a hint of tartness, but it's not tart. It's like the flavor of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling over here.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. But yeah, this is super light, clean. It's crisp. The carbonation it's pretty low on my end. I don't know how.
Yeah, not overly carbonated by any means. Very light. I'd say
this is a pretty dang good beer. Hey.
Yeah, this is very, very drinkable. And 5.9. I was surprised to see it's 5.9. I would have guessed it was low fives at best. So good job with that one. We'll just work on that category, cold IPA. We'll be good to go. I can't not address the elephant in the room.
I know. We make fun of it all the time. We really do.
Yeah.
Huge thank you to Bryan.
Yeah, Bryan was awesome.
And again, this is Titletown Brewing. They're located up in Green Bay. It is the perfect name for a Green Bay brewery because I don't know if you're aware, Greg, but Green Bay is known as Titletown.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because they've won so many football titles.
Like the Packers have?
Yeah, like before the NFL was a thing.
Oh, they don't have that many Super Bowl titles.
Well, I mean, like 4 upon like all the other world titles. Like before Super Bowls were a thing, they were world titles, and that's a pretty big deal because we're
because it's
champions.
the world.
Yes, Greg. Yes. But yeah, I was telling them the other day when we met for some lunch beers, classic lunch beers.
The best.
I said, how is this brewery not like the brewery of Wisconsin, or at least like the brewery of Green Bay?
Yeah, name alone.
Right? By the name alone, how are people not just like, I need this beer 20 weeks a year minimum, for every week of football? It just doesn't make sense to me.
True. Maybe the Packers would do better if you guys were drinking Titletown.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers would get out of here if we got some Titletown.
I know. Fucking Nick, Big Dick Nick, he wants Aaron Rodgers to come to Niners. I'm like, no, I don't want that drama.
I don't know. You're just
hard pass.
You're just asking to bring in some like modern hippie believing in astrology, which if anybody is that and does that, that's great.
Hey, thanks for listening.
But it tears apart an organization.
Right. If Mercury's in retrograde, it's bad. I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, I don't know. I could tell you that like a week ago, Jupiter and Venus were really close in the sky.
Yeah, that was super cool to see.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant for the astrology weirdos, but that was really cool to watch up in the sky.
Yeah, it's just cool. Right? Yeah. It's just
science.
Just nerds, right?
Yeah. It was funny. We were walking the dog, and the wife goes, "Oh, there's the planets," and I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, look," and they were so close. I just thought it was an airplane, like each wing was lit up. Like, "Oh, it's not a plane." She goes, "No, there's a planet." I was like, "Oh, Greg's dumb."
Yeah. But also, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty sweet.
Nailed it.
So cheers again. Thanks, Bryan. You sort of hinted at it. You got to hang out with Bryan.
Yeah, this is like my second time hanging out with him.
That's cool. I
didn't really hint at it. I just basically said
you said it.
Yeah.
I've had a few beers.
Hooked up, met up, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice. Daddy.
Did you guys have lunch beers?
We did have some lunch beers. We met out at this place called the Milwaukee Burger Company, which, believe it or not, it's a restaurant in Milwaukee. And they sell burgers.
Oh,
it's actually funny. Bryan got the tacos and I got the
wings. Nobody had a burger, huh?
No, but they have like, Jesus, some 30 to 40 beers on tap.
Nice.
Upon like a whole other 20 other beers you can get canned or bottled. And it's like all craft beer. So the really fun thing here is they have a leaderboard, and it's whoever like tried however many beers, and they have like a top 5. And this one guy on there, I think his name was Scott. I don't know Scott. I know a Scott, but I don't know this Scott.
If he's a drunk, I believe it.
He's tried over it was like 2,089 beers or something.
Definitely
like
Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Scott. And
that was just Tuesday.
So we talked to the waitress and we said, hey, is there any point to being on top of that list, right? Do you get anything for being number one, trying as many beers as possible?
She said liver disease.
Well, we're thinking it's just bragging rights. Right? Maybe you go in, you get like a couple flights, twice a week.
Yeah.
16
like
beers
or something.
Yeah, 32 beers, you try a month and whatever. Apparently, she said they sent him to GABF a few times. He's gotten free beer for 2 years.
Damn. Well, that's how he's tried so many.
Yeah, and there's been like some other perks that she said, but those were like the two that like were off the top of like I remembered. How do you not remember that? Like, hey,
right.
I go to this restaurant a lot and they sent me to Great American Beer Festival twice.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
Flex, you got to get out to GABF this year. We've already booked, like we've taken the time off.
Did you really?
Yeah, I've already, my PTO is approved. We're going to be there. So is Big Dick Nick and Coley.
No kidding.
Yep.
Sheesh.
You got to get to GABF.
Calling my name.
Yeah, come on, bud. Start drinking some drinks and get sent out to GABF.
Feel like if, how many beers would I have to try in the next?
I don't know, but I believe in you.
2,089. That's a lot of beers.
You got this. Just channel your inner Scott.
I am the Scott. I am the Scott.
Bye liver.
Who needs one?
Yeah, they're for losers. Breaking news. I just got a text message that my Pure Project brewing shipment is on its way and will be here tomorrow.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. I love when I get those texts.
I'm super excited for you.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry for derailing.
Those personalized notes are the best.
Right. Those are the best.
It really makes you feel like you're part of the Pure Project family.
Right. Hey, they do a good, now we're on a tangent. They do a really good job. Every box has like a little handwritten note. It's always like, hey, cheers, Greg. Thanks for, whatever. The last one was their 7th anniversary and they threw in an extra collab beer.
No way.
For me to try. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not special. I'm sure everyone got one, but it made me feel special.
That's still a really cool thing to make somebody feel special, even if they're not really special.
Exactly. I'm not really specially special. So,
or are you really special?
Oh, anybody else with that Pure subscription? Let me know if you got the fancy special beer, so I can feel better about myself.
Yeah, just tell them you didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, not only did you hang out with Bryan, but I hear you were doing some swimming in your basement.
Oh yeah, jeez, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. We had 2 inches of rain in one day on top of like frozen ground.
Oh,
well, that's the thing is, Wisconsin this time of year, everything is not, how it should be, which also rain. It's not supposed to rain this time of year either.
Oh, it's supposed to snow, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We've been getting both out here. It doesn't snow here.
I did see that it was snowing in Disneyland a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's nuts.
I was in Burbank a week ago, snowing in Burbank. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's fucked up, man. This world's going down. But yeah, so we got like a record rainfall in a day for like the time of year. And because they always say 1 inch of rain would be 1 foot of snow.
Okay.
Like that's like the rule of thumb. Yeah. So instead of getting 2 feet of snow, we got 2 inches of rain. And then it flooded my fucking basement because it sucks. And my sub pump broke. And
does it like come through a window? What happens?
Nah, like the sump pump broke. So it's like all the water that flushes in around the house and it like flushes it out. Oh, and that broke. So then everything started like piling up through the tiles and the floor under the carpet. And oh God. Yeah, so it was legitimately like it was like a splash pad in my basement.
Kids were like, "Fuck yeah!"
It was horrible and it was fucking ice cold. So it only took like just I would say like 8 hours of vacuuming up water.
That's all, huh?
To get it out. Yeah, it wasn't.
That's exciting for you.
Yeah, it didn't suck the wind out of my sails at all for my vacation.
Yeah, Dick Hotel's coming up, right?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, it happened like the week I was on vacation, this whole thing.
Oh, that's right. You had a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the worst part was like, I had like a great morning fucking was super productive. I'm like, I'm going to clean some shit on vacation. Like, I'm going to get some shit done.
Took a great dump.
We had like this huge lunch beer party. We had like 5 or 6 people up to get lunch beers at Eagle Park. I went home with like a case of beer. And then my buddy Duke, best name on the gram, Duke of Drinkability, was going to help me take a TV stand from my in-laws' house to my house and then carry it downstairs and carry my old one up. And that's how we figured out the flooding.
Did you walk downstairs and went squish, squish, squish?
Yeah, so we went down there. He's super big dude, you know, obviously. So we easily get the TV stand into his truck. My in-laws are like a mile and a half away from me, so it's like super easy to ride home. And he's like, hey, do you want me to help you bring it downstairs real quick? And I said, yeah, that would actually be really lovely. Except I didn't say lovely. I said, hell yeah.
You said lovely.
And and then I opened up my basement door and I looked down and you could just see it like at the bottom of the fucking stairs. But it's one of those things where like you don't want to believe it.
Right.
So then I walked downstairs and I started sloshing in it. And then I kept sloshing just to see like if the sloshing kept going. And then you're just walking around waiting for the sloshing to stop. Just killed my morale.
Yeah.
It's like I had a great day and then that happened. And then everything was just bad.
I remember we had just gotten brand new floors at our house. This was right before COVID. It was the wife's birthday. It's like 2-3 months before COVID happened. We'd just gotten brand new floors and we were getting ready for her birthday party. People were coming over and we were doing some laundry and we're upstairs. She had showered. I had showered. We're getting ready. And all of a sudden I hear this noise. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? I was like, turn off your hairdryer. And wait, I'm like, it's water. The fuck is happening? And I run downstairs and like the washer had bounced itself like away from the wall.
Oh no.
So it's just draining all over. There's just inches of water in my downstairs hallway. So I of course I stop it. And then I yell, I was like, get me all the towels. She's like, what do you need? I was like, all the towels. And then all of a sudden like 2 towels fall downstairs. And I was like, I don't think you fucking get it. All the towels we own need to be downstairs now. And she's like, huh? I'm like, give me all the fucking towel. It's like, I don't know how I can get this across to you any clearer that I need every goddamn towel in this house in the downstairs region.
And I'm just over here thinking you have 2 towels in the entire house.
At least if we only had 2 towels in the entire house, I wouldn't have been pissed at her. I was like, give me the fucking towels.
Oh,
so
man.
Finally get more towels. And then we're sitting there cleaning that up. I'm like, fuck. The baseboards are brand new. They hadn't been painted yet because the floor they got installed with the floors. I'm like, so it all worked out.
That's good.
Oh fuck, I was shitting myself.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm thinking like, are we gonna have to get rid of the carpet? Are we gonna have to rip everything out? Is it, are any of the baseboards and the molding, like whatever? Because it was completely flooded in one room and then basically went essentially like a quarter to half in the next room. And then because like the basement is, it's like, I don't even know how to say it. It's like angled almost, right? On like both sides. So like,
it's kind of like a valley.
Yeah. Like if anything happens, it like drains to the center.
Middle. Yeah.
Valley. That's a good term. And, I was just thinking to myself, it pooled up so much water that it started leaking up the other side. Oh, just like something's got to be fucked up.
Oh, it's a good thing you bought yourself a bunch of beer that day.
Yeah, it really came in handy, let me tell you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, to turn the morale around, we, very unrelated, we found some gift cards. Like we had a bunch of gift cards from like pre-COVID that like COVID hit and we just didn't use them. And
okay, let me stop you for a second. When you get gift cards or your wife, does she do you use them right away or do you just kind of like...
No, we're horrible at using them.
See, and my wife has like this Ziploc bag every time she gets a gift card. She just puts the gift card in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, we have a like a file in our cabinet. Like filing cabinet. There's one file that just has it's called Fun Stuff and it has all of our gift cards in it.
Yeah, and she just forgets about the Ziploc bag.
Yeah, we are notoriously horrendous at remembering the gift cards. COVID made it 10 times worse. And so we're like, you know what? We need to start using these things before like the places go to business because we've lost a couple to businesses that aren't around anymore and nothing you can do then.
Well, that would never even would cross my mind.
Yeah. So we went out to this place last week called Fleming's. It's a steakhouse. It's a
steakhouse. Yeah, we got one here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So fancy steakhouse. Very
crazy expensive.
crazy expensive. The gift card covered a fraction of the actual bill. No, it did a pretty decent job. It's like the one time I'll get cocktails. Like when I'm at nice places like that. Usually
what is your go-to cocktail?
Usually either a old fashioned or a Manhattan. I stick with whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah. The beer selection's usually pretty shit. And at those nicer places, the bartenders are usually pretty good. So I'll go cocktail. So we went cocktail. I got a couple old fashions in a Manhattan that night, and they were good. But we're sitting there, and I look over, and the wife knows like enough about wrestlers that if I mention a wrestler who's like semi-famous, she'll know who I'm talking about. And there's this guy like one table away, and I was like, "Hey, doesn't that guy look like a not steroided Triple H?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I see what you're saying. Like his face looked like Triple H. He had the shaved head, the beard. It looked like Triple H." And the whole night, I just couldn't stop staring at like knockoff Triple H sitting across the table from like Costco Triple H.
Paulie Levesque.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Paul's cousin Vinny or something, like Vinny Levesque. But yeah, the whole night I'm just like, God damn. It's like, she's like, "Can we just enjoy dinner?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry, Triple H was distracting."
Did you snap like a secret picture?
I did.
How have you not sent it to me yet?
I just sent it to you. I sent it to Scott and I sent it to Dan, both former members, because they're big wrestling fans, dude. I was like, "You guys, I'm out with Triple H right now." But he's like little Triple H. It wasn't really the game. He was like the puzzle,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I am the puzzle.
He was like the original Nintendo.
Right. Exactly. So I'm looking for my Triple H picture. It's somewhere. I will. Oh, here it is. I'm going to send this to you right now. And I hope that you agree with me that this is definitely miniature Triple H.
I'm on pins and needles.
Oh, okay. Image sent, delivered. Come on, right?
He's even got like the eyes that go downward.
Right? Come on, it's little Triple H.
His arms
like
are
Double H.
They're super tiny.
He was tiny.
He's like lowercase H.
And he stood up and he was probably like 5'7". Like the dude was tiny, but his face looks like Triple H.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
His wife did not look like Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why she's not in the picture.
Well, it just wasn't important. Yeah. I was having dinner on Triple H. Sorry to all the non-wrestler fans, but anyway.
Also not sorry.
Yeah, had some great steak, had some great cocktails. Finished the night at Oak and Iron, having some more great cocktails. It's a craft cocktail bar by our house.
See, we don't have one of those here.
Oh, it's so good. If you are in the mood for a cocktail, it is the spot to fucking go to. It is so good. It's not something I frequently want, but when you want it, it's good.
We have like a speakeasy type place here.
They do have like a little speakeasy downstairs.
It's just called Bryan's, but they don't have a menu.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
It's really neat. You just like either order what you want,
right? Can you
or
make
you're
such
like, or you're like, "Hey, this is what I'm into," and they'll fucking whip something up for you.
Those places.
It's super cool.
There's one in Paso Robles, which we go to all the time. Paso, we've been to Speakeasy a few times, but right after we got married, this is kind of our honeymoon because COVID shut down our honeymoon. We went to Paso.
You've only been married that long?
Yeah, we got married September 2019, and our honeymoon was going to be in March of 2020.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, I got fucked.
Holy balls.
Yeah. So we took a little mini trip, thanks to my mom, to Paso a little bit after our wedding.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. And they have a speakeasy there. And so we went one night and loved it so much we went back the second night because we made friends with the main bartender who's also like some whiskey bourbon expert.
Okay.
And so we were just chatting and telling that we liked whiskeys and whiskey cocktails and such. He goes, "Do you trust me?" And I was like, "What's my option?" And so he was just making us drinks. He goes, "Look, I'm going to make you drinks all night. If there's any you truly don't like, I won't charge you for them." And so he just made us drinks all night. He's like, he handed one over like, "Hey, I'm working on this. What do you think? How could I tweak it, make it better?" We got so shittered and it was so good. And I couldn't.
Did you like all of them?
Not 100%. And I told him, I was like, "Look, okay. I'm not a fan of this one. It's too, like whatever. And maybe that's me. Maybe that's the drink. I don't know." But I was fairly honest with them. But for the most part, they were really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. So anyway, enough about cocktails. That's a different show.
Oh, hey, Flex, what's your favorite cocktail? Well, Greg, thanks for asking. If I'm not drinking beer from 10 minutes ago when I asked you what your favorite go-to cocktail was,
I'm a dick.
I would say that mine's probably a dirty gin martini.
We've talked about that. That's why I didn't ask.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, geez, I'm just with 3 olives, not 2.
That's a fucking meal.
What?
3 olives. Jesus. I can't stand olives.
You need, first of all, you need to get with it.
Mm-hmm.
You need an olive. Like you take a sip of the drink and you eat the olive. Then you get halfway through the drink and you eat the second olive. And then you finish your drink, you eat the last olive. It's a storytelling of olives. Like that's what it is,
Once upon a time, there's a flex who liked olives.
And dirty gin martinis.
Yeah. I
Extra dirty if you're lucky.
am daddy. I am so
much daddy.
So sorry that I did not add. I am a dick and I'm a dick. Sorry.
No, you're not. It made me laugh. So
you make me laugh. All right. We're not the booze league.
What do we got?
Yeah, let's talk about beer over here. Before we get to Ludicrous Libation Law, the aforementioned Bryan of Titletown Brewing did call in. I think he may have been a little buzzed and left us a voicemail.
Oh, geez.
Here is Bryan.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Hey, Craft Beer Republic. It's Bryan from Titletown calling. First time, long time. I just want to say thanks so much for the trade. We got to talk about beer lunches. When I worked in the private sector, beer lunch was a big deal. It definitely was. But now that I'm a spoiled brat, I can have a beer at lunch anytime that I want to. Not to rub it in your face. That's just how it goes.
I think you're
going to have one
face
tomorrow, actually, with Flex.
Oh,
so
yeah, we did.
We're really looking forward to that. More importantly, it's about taking it easy and not overdoing it when you're in the industry. That's one of the more important things to do. I can't imagine a guy from Midwest drinking while you're brewing. I can't even imagine that. That sounds insane. I'm really glad that they're not out there getting wasted and making beers. There's a lot of I's and T's that cross and dots when you're doing that stuff. So glad they're not doing anything like that and still making a good juice. Yeah, beer lunches, it's a great thing. I hope you guys have more beer lunches in the future. They're absolutely fantastic. And again, very spoiled over here on my end. But I love them dearly, and everyone is very special. Still hasn't gotten old yet, which is nice. I'm sure someday I'm gonna wake up and just not want to drink beer on a Monday at lunch.
How dare you?
Hopefully not.
We'll see when that happens. I have a feeling it's gonna be a long time. But anyway, and give a shout out to everyone's homie Chew Your Beer. Every time he calls in, I love it so much. I need to drink a beer with this guy. I don't know how this is gonna happen, but maybe someday when my kids are all grown up and go to college and I have the house free again and I'm free to travel. Maybe we can make it happen, but take care, guys. Talk to you later.
Sounds like Flex talking about traveling.
Bryan knows what's up, man.
Also, you don't have a beer with Chew Your Beer. You have many beers. With Chew Your Beer.
Pozole.
And Pozole. Oh, God, so good.
And Bryan does not overdo it with lunch beers.
Sorry to hear that.
We did. And he did write some off for us because
well, it's work.
Well, yeah, it's work.
Research.
And he's kind of a boss. So we had some Imperial Porter by Titletown. It was some 9%, and you would have thought it was like a fucking 5%. It was crazy easy drinking, real robust. It's just a great porter. Like holy smokes. But then he goes from a 9% to like a 6.5 because he's got a long way to drive.
Got to balance things out.
Yeah, you don't want to be stupid, and he's still working, and I really respect that. But I went from the 9 to the 10.5.
Yeah, you did.
Because I didn't have far to drive.
Right, because you've got an algorithm to uphold.
Well, yeah, you got to uphold the algorithm. It's just,
right. Yeah.
It's literally how I live my life.
Yeah, one algorithm. Sorry. Oh, thanks, Dom. Thanks. Thanks, Bryan, for calling in. 805-538-BEER, 2337. If you want to call, leave a voicemail. And maybe we can get Bryan Chew's number and Chew Bryan's number, and you guys can have a little bromance or something.
Yeah, just have a chat fest.
Yeah, cross-country bromance.
Go nuts.
Ludicrous Libation Law. Thanks to listener Chris for sending this one. And this comes from Michigan, which I'm assuming he must live in Michigan. So he says it's illegal for diners to take home unfinished bottles of wine or alcoholic beverages. And I thought, where is that legal?
Yeah, is that like
is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
You get to like just pop a cork in it and take it home?
Or like, yeah, what?
Yeah, that wasn't so ludicrous to me. I didn't know you could just go to dinner, order a fucking bottle of Jack, like, well, I drink half of it, so put the cap on. We're heading out of this place.
I mean, like the only thing I could think of is like a wedding, right? If you got a place and there's a wedding and they have,
But that's just stealing bottles of wine. I've done that.
Bring in like X amount of bottles of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Say like, hey, this, you got what, like 13 waiters going around at a wedding?
At least, yeah.
Right? So maybe you have like 13 half empty bottles of wine. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of this.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. I think I've heard of this in, I want to say like, it was like Florida or Louisiana, where you can buy a bottle of wine and not finish it and like cork it and take it home. Somewhere down south like that. But this said wine or alcoholic beverage. Like, so I'm thinking you could get a bottle of whiskey, drink a quarter of it and then take the rest home. That's, even the wine thing is foreign to me. California is like, no, open anything, you asshole.
Yeah.
You are not to be trusted.
Yeah, that's basically how Wisconsin is too. It's like, I don't want to brag about this, but we're like the number one drunk driving state in the country.
Per capita. Good job.
Yeah,
buddy.
so like,
that's why you're Titletown.
Definitely not leaving with anything. Open. It's just,
yeah. So,
I mean, too many people are. That's why you're not. But,
yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. This wasn't ludicrous. This sounded normal. I didn't know this was a thing. So if someone could enlighten us, and
I want to know if there's some state where you like, if you order a beer, you can't order a shot with it or something like that.
Oh, is that a thing?
What's that George Thorogood song? There's like one shot, one whiskey, one beer.
Yeah. Or the Stone Cold promo, or I had a beer. What? And another beer. What? Shot of tequila. What? Sorry.
Yeah. What if there was like a actual state where it's like, if you order a beer, you can't order a shot of alcohol with it, or if you order a shot of alcohol, you can't order a beer with it? That would be interesting.
That would be interesting, because a beer and a shot is the same as having two beers, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, if you spread them over a couple hours, equal amount of time.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But I know for a while, I don't know how Dodger Stadium is, but
horrible.
You could only order one beer per person for a while at like the Milwaukee Park, or then it went to like 2 beers per person. And then sometimes if the person behind like the counter is a shithead, they will make, if you're ordering 2 beers, they'll make the other person pull out their ID. And I actually got
Dodger Stadium will do that.
And I actually got refused to serve because, we've all seen Superbad, right?
Yes.
And when McLovin goes into the liquor store to buy the alcohol and they ask for his ID and he goes, "Oh, it makes me feel young again."
Yes.
Right? Well, that's the line I used. And the girl behind the counter looked at me. She goes, "I'm not serving you."
No.
Just because I said that. Yeah. Isn't that obnoxious?
That is bullshit.
Yeah. It's like she should have been the one not getting served.
Yeah. How stingy.
Makes me feel young again. Got me not served at.
Of all the things to get, get you not served.
Isn't that bizarre?
That is hilarious.
Shame on you, stadium formerly known as Miller Park.
Yeah. Whatever it's called now, family something or other.
No, it's the stadium formerly known as Miller Park.
Got it.
It's much better.
Copied that. Yeah. Real quick, I just wanted to say it is going to be St. Patrick's Day in a couple days. Everyone's favorite excuse to get ham-skied. Couple of St. Patrick's Day drinking facts for you.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, a couple of facts. According to this report.
This report?
I forgot where I got it from. According to Yahoo, people consume 4.2 drinks on average on St. Patrick's Day.
That's like every day.
Yeah, it's like that's it.
Not that much.
Are they counting the people who don't drink at all? Because that's not that much for a drinking holiday.
No, not at all.
Yeah. 4.2 drinks, and the Irish staple Guinness is, of course, the most popular choice of drink. It's said that 13 million pints are sold worldwide on St. Patrick's Day.
It's way too many.
Yeah. Wallet Hub notes that in 2022, $5.87 billion were spent in total on the holiday. That comes out to about $42 a person. Most of that devoted to beer sales.
It's like a normal Monday for me.
Yeah, $42. Yeah. 20. Anyways, they're noting that sales are way back up. 2021, it was more in the $4 billion range because of COVID, and now things are on the way up. Blah blah blah. Anyways, I just love to find out how much money people are spending on things when it comes to beer. So, real quick, St. Patrick's Day facts with some St. Patrick's Day music.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you have it.
Feels super fucking festive right now.
Yeah, top of the morning to you. Very well thought out.
I believe it is Marnin.
Top of the morning.
Top of the Marnin.
I think you nailed it. A little news to get through. Those douchebags over at BrewDog, apparently
Such douchebags.
Yeah, they're such punks with their Budweiser friendship over there. At their Vegas rooftop tap house, they've released the High Roller, which is a 9% chocolate stout and sells for a whopping $250 for 16.9 ounces. Does that fit the algorithm?
Why are you? Why are you on a
angry
rooftop?
At me? Oh,
I'm so
what's
mad.
wrong with the rooftop?
Why are you on a rooftop buying a $200 beer when you can go somewhere else? And
$250 beer anywhere.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, roof or otherwise.
It's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You could spend like $60, get a ticket for a high roller bar seat, right, in the Ferris wheel, and drink as much as you want for $60.
Flex, you are my soulmate.
Right? Like, why the fuck are you not doing that?
That is money well spent. And here's what we've done every time we've gone on the high roller Ferris wheel. We buy a Groupon. There's always a Groupon. No one even uses
I never
Groupon
even thought
anymore.
about that.
But like the last, I mean, to be honest,
I've actually stopped getting Groupon emails, so
Me too.
I wouldn't think they exist anymore either.
But I don't even know if they do. The last time I was in Vegas was just pre-COVID. But anytime I've been to the high roller, I've checked Groupon. There's been a Groupon for it. So it's like half off or like 40% off for the drinking Ferris wheel thing. And you get your fucking drink on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But we did the math. We went with a group once and there was no Groupon. One of like the 4 times there was no Groupon. And we did the math and you had to walk off having had 6 drinks in order to make it, like break even.
That's a lot of drink because it's only like a 30
minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
30 minutes. So it's a drink every 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
We made a vow, us dudes. It was a bunch of couples, but the guys were like, we're gonna do this. Like, we better have 6 drinks or bust. 3 of the 4 of us, one of them being me, walked off with our 7th drink.
Wow.
Because they let you walk off. Like, you can get one right before you get out. Yeah. So talk about algorithms. I got my money's worth.
It's a lot of alcohol in 30 minutes, though.
It was a lot of alcohol in 30 minutes.
It sounds like you're puking your brains out.
Yeah, it's fine. Jack and Diets. Come on. Keep them coming. That's my Vegas drink because I don't want to drink Bud Lights. Jack and Diet. The National Advertising Division told MolsonCoors to stop using its light beer shouldn't taste like water advertising campaign. They say that water taste is measurable and more than just an opinion. And so they can't do it.
What's your opinion on that? What do you think about water?
I think it's funny because they're very much implying that Bud Light tastes like water.
Well, yeah. What I'm asking your actual opinion on like the taste of water itself.
Water doesn't taste like anything.
Is
water
it like
tastes like water?
But like it's like mental, right? When people talk about different like water brands, like Dasani to Aquafina to
sure. I mean,
Pure
I'm
Life.
Definitely a Dasani guy, but I will say that where I grew up, the water in the tap tastes like absolute butthole and not in a sexy way.
I'm turned off right now.
Yeah. But like if we go to Mammoth, the water tastes delicious. Or you go to Colorado. Oh, Colorado tap water.
That's good water. Okay.
Good. At least compared to where I'm from.
I think we have good tap water where I'm from. I mean, I drink it every day.
I find that snowy places have better tap water.
You think that's like science?
It's Greg science.
It's the best kind of science.
Yeah. Got a lab coat. I do actually own a lab coat. I can put it on and say it again.
I believe that. I bet you have goggles too.
I don't think I have goggles, but I do have a lab coat.
Yeah, you gotta get you some goggles.
I'll work on that.
But
I'm drinking
when was the last time you had a domestic light beer?
The last time I was in Las Vegas, I had a Bud Light. And I thought, I could spend, it was something like $12 on a Bud Light or like $16 on a fucking Goose Island IPA.
Gross.
So Budweiser.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go Bud Light because that sounds like garbage. And I forgot how bad they were.
Yeah, they're bad. I forgot what my brother-in-law gave me the other day. Went over to his house. There's some birthday party for my nephew. And he usually has like a bunch of Spotted Cow on hand just because sometimes he likes a good beer in between.
Making the California people jealous.
Like a shitty beer. Yeah, it's whatever.
I know.
And so I had one Spotted Cow, and it must have been the only Spotted Cow in the fridge. And I said, hey, you want to get me another beer? And he said, hey, how about this Coors Light? I said, yeah, I guess.
I think Coors Light is my least favorite of the light macros.
It's just so... Ugh.
Talk about water.
Yeah, it's like if water drank beer and threw it up.
I stand corrected. I had banquet beers at Coley's house.
Okay.
Sometime during like lockdown. I forget. It's been a few years, but like I forget why. I think we ran out of good beer and there were some banquets in the fridge or something.
Okay.
And I definitely had some banquets. Those are probably like the best of the shit beer.
Okay. I've never actually had a banquet.
Have a banquet.
I
don't have
myself.
Don't have a case of banquets, but have a banquet.
Yeah.
It's the best of the worst.
Okay. I'll try it and I'll let you know my findings, my research. I will. It's science.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gotta, well, not even speaking of science, I just gotta tell you this funny story.
Please.
So I went to a concert a couple weeks back and I did not get a black eye. Right. So I just have to mark that for the record. No, it was a great concert. But I was actually not going to drink at all during the concert because, sometimes I just get a little too wild.
Sure.
Hence the black eyes.
Right.
And I drove my friends down there, and one of my buddies was like, hey, let's go get a beer on me. And the best beer they had behind the counter was Beer Hug. Is that what it is?
Beer Hug?
Bear Hug? Beer Hug? Is it like the lot? It's, I don't think it's Goose Island. Is it Goose Island? It's a hazy IPA. I don't know.
It's called Beer Hug?
I think so.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up just for the sake of things.
Oh, here we go. You're right. Goose Island.
Yes. Okay.
I never heard of it.
He bought me one of those, and it was only a 12-ounce can. It was kind of lame, but my friends like to joke on me about being a quote-unquote influencer, right? A beer fluencer.
Right.
It's a fun thing to do. And while he was not even halfway through his beer, I was done with mine. And he looks at me, he goes, wow, I can really tell you're a professional beer drinker because I'm not even halfway done with this.
And it's 9.9%.
Is it really?
That's what it says.
Wow. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
that tracks.
That made me feel kind of good.
You're a professional. Yeah.
That's why I'm on this show.
Yeah. I get people I don't know if you get this. I get people calling me all the time like, hey, I'm having a party. What beer should I have?
That'll happen every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, all the time. I'm not like talking like on a daily basis, but
yeah.
All the people, even the people that don't know me that well, like, hey, I'm having a party. I want to have like a beer or two that everyone will like. What should I get? I'm like, get 805. Everyone likes 805. It's the Budweiser of craft beer. And I mean,
that's like it's like your domestic. That's not a domestic.
Exactly. All right. We'll end it with this one. Drunk driver was arrested after driving by a traffic stop and complaining about the officer's emergency lights.
Wait, like he was stopped first and then complained, or
like the cop had pulled someone else over first.
Oh,
the drunk person rolled by, was like, turn off your goddamn lights. Here we go. Ryan Bombach, 52 of Fox Lake, I think that's in Illinois, was charged with 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence, driving on a revoked suspended license, operating on an uninsured motor vehicle, and improper stopping or parking. Lake County Assistant State Attorney Kelsey Banks said a police officer had conducted a traffic stop, which occurred in Fox Lake on February 26th. The officer had their emergency lights activated. So cop pulled over, lights on. Bombach was driving by the traffic stop and stopped in the middle of the road. Bombach rolled down her window and complained about the officer's lights. Officers made contact with Bombach and noticed that she exhibited signs of impairment. Banks said that the woman's speech was slurred She had bloodshot eyes, and officers smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her. Baumbach performed field sobriety tests, but failed all of them. Officers arrested her, and she became belligerent. They learned the woman has 2 prior driving under the influence offenses, and she was also driving on a license that was revoked for the previous offenses.
What are you even doing with your life?
Seriously.
It just sounds like bad decisions all around.
Yeah, driving drunk, rolling up like, hey, turn off your goddamn lights.
Uninsured car.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up.
Right. Just here's the thing. Had she just shut up and kept going, she'd have made it home.
Crazy. Well,
or maybe crashed into a tree.
We're assuming she would have made it home.
Yeah, she wouldn't have been stopped by the officer.
That's bizarre. People are...
Oh, this is bad. Oh, backup beer is not good.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I don't apologize to me.
Oh, this is not fresh. Anyways, I am not going to continue drinking this.
Drain pour.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yikes.
This is Sierra Nevada's Celebration Fresh Hop IPA, and I'm putting them on blast because it's my fault. I found this in the back of my fridge. It's meant to be drank extremely fresh, and this is from November. I'm looking at the can date.
Oh,
November
is that 2nd. When it came out?
Yeah, November 2nd. Just to drink them right away, and I did not. And spoiler alert, these don't last.
Well, at least it says fresh hop on it.
Yeah, it was once upon a time. This is, oof. This is not great.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right. Did we say enough high Vanessas, or should we get one more in there?
Hey, maybe one more, because it's like a streak that's been broken. It's like...
Yeah, I feel... maybe I could like go back in time and edit one in or something.
Maybe we should. Yeah. And then we can edit all of this shit out.
It's like a 4-minute show. So
52 minutes of high Vanessa.
Yeah.
2 minutes of beer news.
Oh, that's why we have so many listeners. Got it.
It works.
Got it. Follow us on the socials at FlexMeABeer, underscores in between. Of course, Craft Beer Republic, no underscores, craftbeerrepublic.com, 805-538-BEER, 2337. Hope you all have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, and stuff.
Do a little Irish jig or something.
Yeah, wear Irish clothes and green and jig and things.
Yeah.
Anyways, hope you're all staying very well hydrated, because clearly I am.
And on that note,
good night, everybody. Oh, God, I just took another drink.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. It's in front of me.